Everybody. It's Akia again. I am the CEO and founder of Creation, a system that helps you find, fulfill, and monetize your purpose. And welcome to another episode of Creation with Akia. So, the last video, we took a deep dive and we really looked at Beyonce. Is she demonic? There's a lot of accusations out there on social media that she is demonic, and you will pick up demonic spirits if you go to her concerts. So I went ahead and I looked at this, and what I found, as we said in the last video, was that this is absolutely, positively, definitely no. Beyonce is not demonic by any means. Everything that has been said about her is merely conjecture, which is forming an opinion based on limited or incomplete information. I deal in facts. I've been in the medical profession for many, many years, over 40 years. So I deal in facts. So what you feel, what you think, what you believe, that's not a fact. You have to be able to prove what you're saying. So you cannot accuse someone of something so damaging as they are demonic and they are inducing demons and giving other people a portal for them to pick up demonic beings. That's a heavy accusation to make about anybody. And I feel that it's reckless and irresponsible for those people who are making it because as I explored what they had to say, there were no facts there. They did not bring any receipts at all. So, my challenge, if they have issue with anything that I'm saying, I say prove it. Bring your receipts and let's see it. And let's have a discussion about it, an honest discussion about it, because I did not find honesty when I looked at those videos. I found people that maybe they didn't like her music, they didn't approve of it, they didn't like what she represented, but those things do not mean demonic. So, what I'm going to talk about today, and this is something that I see that is very true. Beyonce, to me, is a woman who is using her God given purpose in the world. If you want to know what someone who is using this God given purpose in the world looks like, it looks like Beyonce. Why? Let's take this passage from the Bible, Matthew 25, verses 14 through 30. It's called the parable of talents. Now, I know when most places I've seen explain this parable, they usually talk about money, that because back in those days, a talent was a unit or measure of money, a weight. But when I read the passage, and based on my experience, which I'm going to go into, that I have found that no, I don't think the writers were actually talking about money. They were talking about actual talents. So the parable goes like this. This master gave his servants a number of talents. To the first person, he gave 5 talents. The second person got 2, and the last person got 1 talent. Now, the first person doubled his talent and had 10. The second person doubled his and had 4. And the last person buried his talent under a tree. So the person, when the master came back, the person that got 10 talents and the person that got 2 talents and multiplied it into 4, that person, the master was very pleased with them. And he told them, well done. And because you used the talents that you were given, you will receive more. Not only will you receive more, but you will experience joy with the master and abundance. That's why I don't think they're only talking about money. So the third person came and explained why he buried the talents, because he wanted to secure them. And the master looked at him and cursed him. He said, "You are wicked, lazy, slothful, and I will give what you have, that one buried talent, I will give it to the person with 10 talents." Hmm, that doesn't seem fair, but I'm going to explain to you why it works this way. And those who have talents and use their talents, more will be given to them. They will have abundance. Those who don't use their talents but bury them, that will be taken away from them. And then what the master did, he cast that worthless servant into the outer darkness, in a place where they were gnashing up the teeth and weeping. So this parable explains what happens when someone uses their talents versus someone who doesn't use their talents. So Beyonce to me is a person that fulfills her purpose. She uses her talents, and like this passage is telling you, if you fulfill your purpose and use your talents, more will be given to you. You will have abundance. And the success that she shows all of us, this level of success that we see when we look at Beyonce, I can feel that people are upset because she's a beautiful woman, or she's talented, or she is wealthy. I think it goes deeper than that. When people who have buried their talents and who are not using those talents look at someone like Beyonce, they make them feel a certain way. You begin to feel a certain way about yourself. And to mask those feelings, what you do instead, you lash out at people like that. Because instead of using your talents and your gifts, you get upset when you see other people using their talents and their gifts. So, what you do instead, you sit on the sideline, you judge, you criticize, and you tear down anybody that you see is successful. It's a human emotion and response, and you say irrational things like accusing someone of being demonic with absolutely no proof. And the reason why people are so overtaken with this jealousy, this envy, this hatred against those using their spiritual gift. And I'm saying to you all, it doesn't have to be like that. It really doesn't. There is no reason why you should be feeling that way about yourself. And that's the reason why I work with people. My name, again, is Akia Azula. I am the CEO of and founder of Creation. It's a system that helps you to find, fulfill, and monetize your purpose. And the reason why I am so gung ho about doing this is that I see people come to me after they have been to all types of doctors. They have a undiagnosed a disease that makes absolutely no sense medically. No one could figure out even why they have this particular disease. So a lot of people, when they can't figure it out, they usually come to see me. I had the reputation in my field. If you can't figure out what's going on, send them to Akia. She will find out. And the reason why they do that is because I use my talent and my God given gift. My God given gift is to heal, to teach, and I can discern spirits. I have intuition and I could see what's going on with the person. So when they come and see me and I begin to use those gifts, normally these people, like I said before, they have tried everything. They've been to every single doctor. They've taken all types of medicine. They've done all kinds of therapy. And what I have found with them is that they are not using the gifts of the Spirit that was given to them. That's really what I find out. And it's because I have this gift of intuition and discernment, I could actually help them. I could literally peer into their bodies, peer into their life, and see exactly, I mean, exactly, precisely what is happening with them. A percentage of my clients who come to me, they're sick because they're not using their purpose. And most people would not believe that if you don't use your purpose, you don't use your gift, you don't fulfill your purpose, huh, it can be a health hazard. That's what most people can't even fathom. So let me give you this case that I had. I had this lady, she was a music teacher. That's what her gift was. But she was not being a music teacher. She was not fulfilling that gift. She was doing everything else instead. And when I looked at her and said, but your heart's desire is in music, why aren't you doing that? And she gave me a reason. Her fear was that she would not be able to make a living doing music. So she was doing everything but music. And what I have found is that most people do this. They cannot figure out how to make money with music. So that's why I do creation with them, because creation will help them to identify what that purpose is, identify those spiritual gifts, help them to fulfill it, and help them to figure out how to make money with their spiritual gifts. So I know many, many people are out there not using their gifts because of this reason. Another reason I have found people don't use their spiritual gifts is this: they are afraid of other people's judgment of them. If I was afraid, because I would definitely say that what I do, most people find odd. I've been called many names by people who don't understand what I do. I've been asked if I'm a witch. And no, I'm not a witch. Um, I've been, people have worried, what am I working with? Am I working with some kind of spirits or I'm doing some kind of, underhanded thing? And no, I don't do any of those things. I help people and I help them to heal. That's what I do. Because how do I do it? I use my God given gifts, just like Beyonce. She uses her God given gifts. And the calamity and chaos that I see in these people's lives when they're not using their gifts, they're not fulfilling their purpose, is catastrophic. So instead of using your gifts, you decide to play it safe. You decide, I'll just get a job. And there's nothing wrong with getting jobs. But what statistics have shown is that 85% of people globally hate, let me say it again, 85% of people globally hate their job. Monday morning has the highest rate of heart attacks. And I feel the heart attacks is because they are not fulfilling their heart's desires. And they can't stand another day of going to work. And sometimes having that heart attack might be a wake up call, a warning signal for some of them, like, look, I need to change my life. You can't make a promise to yourself, to God, the source, and not keep it because you will pay for it. And when I see these people, I realize they're paying for it. And that's why I do creation. I believe that each and every one of you have something special. You all have a special gift, something really special that you and only you can share with the world. You don't realize that this special gift that you have may be the answer to someone's prayer. Instead, you worry about how you're going to do it, whether people will judge you and what they will think about you if you use your gift. Use Beyonce as an example. She gets a lot of judgment, even to the point where people defame her character and say that she is demonic. But she doesn't let that level of judgment stop her. She continues on with her gift. So if you are afraid of criticism and judgment, don't. Use Queen Bee as an example. She continues no matter what people say about her. So never worry about what people say about you. She is a shining example of someone who is living a life, living on their purpose. That's what it looks like. And that's what creation helps people to do, is live in their purpose and live the life that you are meant to have. So if you want to get in touch with me and you're interested in anything I say to you, I will have links in the description box below. And I am asking you to like, subscribe, and share this video with people you feel that it would help. Thank you so much for tuning in.